Hello, welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. I'm Marianne, and you can find me at Mama_Hooch. I'll be hosting tonight. We have Jen with us.
Hey,
Jen.
I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And tonight we have two people in the Witless Protection Program. We have Anna.
Hello, I'm at Kazi Hooch on X and Instagram.
And we have the Diva Carrie with us.
Yes, I'm in Meowzaween, if you want to come visit me.
Okay.
And I am no longer in Alamania, so.
Yeah. Maybe we should all be in the Witless Protection Program. That would look really good.
Yeah.
That
And so I'm at Diva of DOOL.
I'm in the lab.
Yes. With new Lexie.
With the new Lexie and Paulina's expression like what is this? So, okay. Oh, well, I could tell everybody you can find us on X and Facebook and Twitter and Spotify. Are we still on iTunes and
Yep. YouTube.
Okay. YouTube. Okay.
Apple
Yeah.
Podcasts. We're pretty much everywhere.
Download us. Yeah. Download or come on and I guess you can download the Riverside app, make an account and, come on, chat with us. I guess we haven't anybody call in. So try to get that. I thought Angela was going to, our friend Angela, but I guess she didn't. So anyway, I don't know who I'll watch the show. Well, maybe we can start with the worst storyline that we went to.
Is that, should we vote on which one's the worst first?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, and I didn't even think of it. I have my notes, but I didn't think of a diva of the week, but we can think of that as we do the show, I guess. So, but the worst storyline, I think, is Stephanie and Jeremy, right? The whole kidnapping thing. And
yeah.
So I know last week we were discussing the question of where did the phone come in? Like, how did he get the phone? And, all this.
Yeah.
So they kind of explained that this week. Thomas found a phone in the school because Owen had been there posing as like a janitor, I think, and he planted the phone. And Jeremy just happened to bump into him in the hallway. And then Thomas found the phone, gave it to Jeremy. So Jeremy's in the square and he kind of sees Owen going by and he recognized him. So he follows him. And that's how of course, we didn't know how he found Stephanie either. So that was answered. So does all that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is if Jeremy was at the school all day and they know when Stephanie was at the hospital and they know when she went missing, he had an alibi because he didn't leave until the cops showed up, which was after she was found to be kidnapped.
They're suggesting he had an accomplice.
But then they just shot that down.
Yeah.
But they shot that down too. But it took the brain trust 3 or 4 TV days anyway. Maybe it's just a few hours in Salem to figure out, oh, wait, maybe Jeremy's not the one that has her.
Yeah. Steve and Jada finally came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
It took them a while for that very reason. Didn't they bring that up about Jeremy being at the school? They did finally figure that out. And then I think they looked at the tape at Halloween.
Yeah.
I guess at first, like Jeremy had the doctor's coat on, but he didn't have a mask on. But Owen did. Well, why wouldn't they have noticed that when you watched it the first time? You're detectives. You would think they would have caught that. So, but anyway, that was kind of a little bit far-fetched. But
it was kind of fun to at least see the reenactment of how it came about, like how he found him. I thought
I'm glad they explained it. Yes.
Yeah.
They needed to explain it, and they did. They probably did that on purpose because they probably thought, we're going to get people talking. Why this, why that?
Yeah, of course.
Which they did.
Yeah. Because that was bizarre when Jeremy showed up. And they kind of look alike in the shadowy,
They do.
And so it's kind of like, whoa,
Yeah, they do kind of look alike.
That was kind of a good turn there. I mean, but I don't know. But dragging on all week.
Yeah. And Stephanie must have apologized, I don't know how many times to Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, there's a lot of other people that need to apologize to him too. So he tried playing the hero, but he got caught too and tied up and with the handcuffs. And how did you like the idea of them dislocating their thumbs? Because she researched it for her book.
Well, the funny thing is, just recently, somehow something came up on one of my feeds. You know how you're like How did that random thing come up? I have no idea. But it was showing how if you're standing and you're handcuffed around a pole, it shows how you can get out of it. I mean, it's tricky and you have to be in good shape to be able to do it. But I don't know about being in the sitting position. I don't know if their feet are shackled or anything. But
No,
it kind of took a while for her to remember that. You would think her dad being a security guy, she would have been trained in all that, especially after having been kidnapped before. But I don't know. Anyway.
and
And then
because we
also
saw that
the
days
fact that
before her trying to get out, and she didn't
yeah,
think of it then.
yeah. You would
So,
think that would have been something that would have come up.
yeah.
So what'll happen, what I'm guessing is that as soon as they somehow release themselves or they're gonna hug, and right as they hug, Alex will bust in the door.
Yep.
That's how it always happens.
Yeah, well, true. And then she there for a while, she was playing along with Jeremy and said that she had not with I mean, with
No,
Owen.
playing around with
Owen.
Owen.
Yeah,
I
that
think
she
she's
had a
gonna I
dream.
think what she's thinking is, if it were me, that's what I was gonna think, is that play along with his delusions, but say, "I can't go with you. I will not go with you willingly, and I will not be with you if you hurt him. If you don't let him go or give him a way to escape after we leave, I'm not gonna play this game," or whatever. I think
Right.
that's what she's gonna do, but who knows? They should be finding him anytime. The fact that like she said, someone said along the way, the fact that he's gagging them means that it's not quite soundproof.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't gag them. Unless well, I guess it kind of keeps them from plotting when they're gagged too.
Yeah.
So
And they can hear other people talking when they're in that
yeah,
lab. Yeah, they could hear everybody talking.
yeah.
But and then, well, also now with Owen, he's kind of working with Dr. Rolf. He has him like watching Lexie and tells him he has to call him the first time there's any of these signs. So taking it, EJ doesn't know about Owen. I mean, because Owen was involved with EJ the last time,
No, I don't
right?
think EJ has any
But he
clue about
doesn't
that.
know that Dr. Rolf has this Owen. And maybe Dr. Rolf doesn't know about Owen. I don't know. Or what Owen did to Stephanie before. And of course, Dr. Rolf doesn't know what's going on in the other part. So what is that other part? Is it another section that nobody knows about
I guess
by the
so.
morgue? Because he saw him going in a back door somehow. It must have been the back door. That's where Jeremy saw him go in. So that's where we are with that storyline. And EJ too, Paulina confronts him because all this electricity is being used way more than what it should be. And she's demanding to see, what's in that lab. So he finally, once he hears Lexie is up and alive, he takes her to see it. And that's kind of how it ended on Friday, is
Of
Paulina
course,
was
the person who's going to witness is Paulina, wife of
Abe.
Lexie's
husband. Yeah.
widowed husband. So yeah,
That changes things, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. So that's where we are there. Why? Did anybody wonder why EJ brought her back? Just out of the kindness of his heart?
To
Or what
torment
does he have in mind?
Paulina to get revenge,
I think
maybe.
she's going to be a bad Lexie. I think
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
guessing.
also, I think they're using this as a way to make a lot of money. If they prove this one,
Right.
then
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can sell this to the world for
Yeah.
trillions of dollars or whatever.
Or bring back the wrong people. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
They should have tried to bring back somebody nice, but well, they thought she's nice, but I don't know. I think she's going to probably be, like you said, probably not nice.
Yeah.
And
That's
she's
what I'm
going to
thinking
mess
too.
with Abe and Paulina for sure.
Yes. Most definitely, yes. My question is, okay, I guess, because Stefano, when Rolf got him too late, and all he was bones and
Yeah.
everything. So you know how long Lexie's been dead. I guess Lexie must have been on ice all this time
I guess
somehow.
so.
I guess we'll get the backstory on that too. Like,
Guess
is this another one he kept like Jake, like Jake and Stefan? Because it's been my God, how long ago was that? 20 years ago? 15 years? I don't know. It seems like a long time.
10 plus,
Yeah.
10
10, 15.
plus?
Probably,
Okay.
I put it like
10, 15.
2012 or somewhere around there
Okay.
that
That
she
she
left.
was
I
in
could be
Yeah.
wrong, but
Question,
yeah.
ladies. Did these writers write for General Hospital too? Because they did the same storyline with Stavros.
No, I don't know where these ones came from. Yeah.
And that was Robert Kilgo Kelly.
boy,
Yeah.
full circle moment right there, right?
Yeah.
He's out there in
They
the
did that
universe now
years
again.
Didn't they do that years ago? That storyline was years ago.
Yep.
Decades.
Well, no, they brought him back a couple years ago
Okay. I'm thinking of
in
another time.
cryogenics.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they explain what they did with Lexie, how this all came about. Oh, let's see, who else did we have and we had some scenes with EJ and Kat. They were gonna go to dinner together again. I don't know. I think they're trying to get those two together, it seems like to me. I don't know. Kind of like them two together. I don't know. And then Gwen and Kat had this confrontation. I guess Gwen's on the defense because I forget what Kat said, but something about more or less like maybe it's not true that Dimitri
Yeah.
was involved. Yeah. So she got all, oh yeah, she wants everybody to believe that it was Dimitri and she didn't have anything to do with it. Anybody want how about Xander and Gwen?
Like them.
Yeah. Well, last week they broke the bed.
I think it's hilarious that they're rubbing it in EJ's face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poor EJ.
It's funny the facial expressions. I don't want to hear anymore, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Xander goes to Marlena and tells him, he's found a way. He wants to move on now. Since he found Gwen and he's accepted that he won't be with Sarah, so he's going to move on because apparently she moved on.
But he's going to be a better person for his daughter.
Yes. And then little Victoria has been sick and she's been coughing and she was having trouble breathing. So Sarah rushes her to the hospital and she calls Xander right away and he comes and they have this moment and she softens up a little bit and says, she's going to let him have visitation now, which she always should have done anyway.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So, and then Brady happens to walk in, but what's going on here? Yeah. But so, yeah. So I don't know. So there's that still pull between Brady and Sarah and Xander and Sarah. So,
Xander and Gwen.
yeah. And Xander and Gwen. So we have that. I don't know. Did they ever do a Gwen and a Brady?
Anybody think about
that? I was gonna say. Have they been in each other's orbit? I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
She was Teresa.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Teresa.
The actress has been in his orbit.
The actress.
But
right.
not.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's Teresa. Yep. Okay.
I just love Gwen though.
Yes.
Oh, I do too.
I
Yeah,
hope she gets off scot-free because I can't stand him.
Yeah, Xander. Okay. Then we had Kate and Xander. They're plotting.
Yeah.
Anna, did
There
you
was
want to talk
actually
about
a Kate
Kate?
report this week.
Yeah, I think she was on a couple of times. So if you want to talk about that.
At the pub with
Right.
Abe and Paulina,
Mhm.
talking about how they had been out she had been out searching, she and Roman had been out searching for Stephanie all night and stuff. And then I can't remember if they talked about anything else other than I guess a little bit with Johnny, and I think they talked a little bit about how I guess it was later that Theo came and they were talking about Demira. But so I think with Abe and Paulina they were just talking about Stephanie missing.
Yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
And then so then later she has some sidebar conversations, of course, out in public, where people are hiding around bushes and trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But talking about the whole book deal thing, and basically they're ready. She's got a lawyer lined up to, as soon as Bonnie's book is published, they're gonna sue Demira for plagiarism. And I guess the deal is, because I missed a little bit of this last week and this week. So I guess the deal is that the one something afternoon, whatever Bonnie's book is,
Rainy afternoon.
Rainy afternoon
rips off parts of Stephanie's book.
Right.
But
Is there a lot of
read,
it's the same, maybe?
but nobody's read both of them. And like a lot of the people involved in making the decision had not read one or the other book, so they didn't.
That's what I'm
know.
thinking. I thought Johnny said he read it, but he might not have read
the first one.
Right.
Well, he might have read that one, but he might not have read the new one. I don't know. He probably glossed over it.
No, he said, I thought he said he read like one rainy night. or
Yeah, but
afternoon,
he
but he
might not
didn't
have.
read one storm. I'm sure he didn't
Yeah,
read One Stormy
yeah.
Night. There was no indication that he did.
Right, right.
So,
So he wouldn't have
yes,
known. So anyway, and then Xander, I
yes,
think, made some comment like, "Well, don't you feel bad? I know this is kind of hard because with Johnny involved." She goes,
Johnny.
"Yeah, he's like been like a grandson to me his whole life." And she said, "But he and Theo will both land on their feet. They'll be fine, you know." So, she's just concerned about saving Titan for he's concerned about saving Titan for Victoria's legacy and his father's, and she's worried about it for Philip. And meanwhile, speaking of Philip, he had a tip about, "Hey, I remember when this Owen guy kidnapped
Yeah.
Stephanie." Now, why
Right.
that wasn't the first thing that came to mind when the whole stalker thing first happened, it's kind of funny because they all just clued in on Jeremy. But when they showed the flashbacks, I remembered it, but I sure did not remember who Owen was up until they showed that flashback.
And you would think Philip would have, like, now that he said about it,
He would have called somebody.
it's not even occurring to him that it
I thought he would
is
have
Owen
gotten on
back.
the phone immediately or texted somebody
Yeah.
and said, "Hey,
Unless
is
they think
anybody
he's
thinking
dead or
about that
something.
Owen guy?"
They think he's out
Right.
there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have
Maybe
been
he
the
will
first thing. The
eventually,
minute
but
the minute that he was telling Gabby about that and he's processing it, he should have been
right.
like, one of them should have said, had a brain cell between the two of them and said, "Hey, we need to let somebody know. We need to Rafe needs to know, or
Yeah.
since that's her brother, or something." So I don't know. I didn't know if it was
I'm
something
hoping
I just.
Gabby or somebody says, "Well, do you think maybe he's back? Do you think maybe that's who kidnapped Stephanie and not Jerry?" You would think.
Anyway, so
Yes.
Kate's sort of underestimating how upset Roman and
Right.
Johnny and everybody are going to be. I don't know. So anyway, you know,
Yeah. That was what
that's
that
about
was what they
that's
were
about the
talking
main
about.
things that I could. Oh, and she did mention that she said, and Ari, her
Yes.
isn't that her
Using
great
her
granddaughter
granddaughter.
Yeah.
is an unwitting,
Participant.
yeah, an
Unwitting.
unwitting conspirator or whatever. So anyway, yeah. So
Yeah.
here we go again with Grandma Kate's gonna get bashed for all the bad
Yep.
things she
Grandma
said.
Kate, that
And I'm gonna
conniving,
have to defend that crap. Do you realize,
using her
Kate, could
granddaughter,
you
great
just for
granddaughter,
5
right?
minutes think about
Great
how hard it's
granddaughter.
gonna be for me to defend you? Kate, come on.
That just
Work
blows
with
my
me.
mind.
But
That
then on the
Kate's a
other
great
hand, I
grandma.
love devious Kate, so
Yeah.
it's just when it affects her family that's a
Yeah.
little rough, especially the young ones. But
Yeah.
anyway,
And it's
well,
stupid. It's so hard to prove plagiarism.
yes,
You
yes.
you literally
Yeah.
have to quote someone word for word without citing them. So
Yeah.
it's hard to prove that with fiction.
And Bonnie could have even used like AI, and AI picked up Stephanie's book and like used
Could be.
ideas.
Yeah.
She might not even have consciously realized she was doing that. I mean, I don't know, because you'd think that'd be kind of dumb for Bonnie to like actively plagiarize
Yeah.
that book. You would think that with everybody involved, she would have thought Kate. That's what I don't get is how Bonnie even thinks if she did this on purpose, how she could even think that it would get past Kate, who was the person initially that she dropped it off at, who published the other book. How could she do that in good conscience or even just logically
Yeah.
think that that was going to go anywhere? And so to me, it's almost like, is it going to be deeper than that? Like Bonnie wrote some of her own experiences and kind of, because she's been talking about nonstop about her and Justin
Yeah.
practicing some of these things, but that she wrote it from her own experience. But okay, she admits that like she did get some ideas off of Chat GPT or something. And then, because Chat GPT and all those AI models, they pull from what's out there. So depending on what you ask it, so I don't know if it's going to be like an AI, and how do you prove that that's actually plagiarism and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you're right, Carrie. It's dumb in
Curious
terms
to
of
see it,
all that.
how that plays
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
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 Disappointed. I mean, this is the worst scheme Kate's ever had. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's very lame. I mean, I
Yeah.
have liked that she's had scenes with Xander,
Mhm.
but I like that. And I like scheming Kate, but to me, this has just got so many holes that are.
It's beneath her.
beneath her. She would have figured all this out. I mean, Kate is the person who actually got under Patch and Kayla back in the days car and disconnected the brake line. I mean, herself. This lady's not messing around when she wants to do something. So for her to come up with this lame ass idea, definitely it's a writing the writers suck on this big time. But it's still nice to at least have some Kate scenes, and some Kate Xander scenes are fun. But anyway.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're talking about Ari. We could talk about the teen. Well, they're not teens, the college kids. So she got into the sorority and Holly did not, which Holly was figuring it she wouldn't. And Holly was having lunch with Sarah and Maggie and was just telling her how like, oh, she's been so hungry, she's been so nauseous, she's been having mood swings, she doesn't know what's the matter. And Sarah's kind of looking at her and kind of suggests to her, could you be pregnant? And she freaks out. So she goes and buys a pregnancy test and tells
Tate.
Tate. So they decide where they were going to go. So they ended up back at Tate's place because they weren't expecting Brady and Rachel to come home, but they did come home. Brady said, "What are you doing here?" He knew what, and even Rachel, she's smart. She knows what was going on because she says, "Oh, they were making out the other night when I was, supposed to be in bed or whatever." So, and it comes back negative.
Yep.
So she's relieved. So that's, I
Yeah.
guess that would have been the answer if she was pregnant, which she possibly could have been.
Yep.
That would have been but no. But then we have Sophia who's plotting and trying to she is manipulating
Melinda.
Rachel
And Melinda.
and Melinda. Yep. Melinda. But she threatened Melinda, right?
Yeah. She'll have a Discord.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
And then what did
Melinda should realize she shouldn't work with psychopaths. That's a
Yeah.
good like
yes,
thinking.
really.
No good comes out of it.
Yeah.
And honestly, for once, I actually feel sorry for Melinda because she did try to help that girl
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, yeah.
For her to turn on her like that, I mean, oof.
Right. Oh yeah. She
And I mean, how lame
plays
is
Psycho
it?
so good.
Okay, and think about this. She asks her if she can put this in the mail to Rachel for her. And I mean, what parent is going to pick up the mail or whatever? Maybe she tells Rachel, "Get the mail before your dad sees it," or whatever. But what father is going to see that come through the mail and not open it up first? I mean, instead of giving it to your
Brady.
10-year-old,
Yeah.
Kristen, with the
Yeah.
it could have been poison. It could have been any number of things. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. So I hope this doesn't go much longer. I hope that somehow Rachel, they get this stuff and realize that, oh, wait, that's what Holly's been taking. I hope that connection doesn't take 3
Somehow.
months because I don't have that kind of will left in this.
Yeah. But Rachel's smart. I mean, she's smart. She keeps asking her. Yeah. But why
she really
can't
gave
I
it
tell
to her.
her they're for you? That's what she couldn't get past. I can give them to her, but I can't tell her they're from you. But you want to make, you want, I don't know, like it's not making sense to Rachel either.
Right.
So
It's not
I
making
don't know
sense
what
to a
she'll do.
10-year-old, a very smart 10-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, sooner or later we're gonna find out that those pills are doing it. I guess I don't know how long they're gonna let that go on. So I think that's all that happened with them 3 or 4. That group.
I think
I don't
so.
think anything more with Rachel or And then we had Johnny and Chanel who were going to the doctors and everything was good
Yeah.
except she's been having some cramping and the doctor was explaining about the cancer coming back. Everything looks so good, but they wouldn't be able to tell if the cancer came back until she had the baby.
Yep.
So is this which is kind of worrying me, is this a part of foreshadowing of is that's what's going to happen? Is the cancer going to come back? So I don't know. What does anybody think? Then I keep thinking, now that we know that they're not going to be on, like, how are they going to write them out?
Well,
They better not go there.
I don't
they better
think
not.
so because why would they write them both out? I mean,
Yeah, unless they go away somewhere together
yeah.
or leave Salem. I don't know. It's always curious, like how, because I didn't have any, like, that they're not recasting them. I mean, it's not the actor. I think it's just the characters are gone. But maybe they'll be back.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like there was any mention of them being back. I don't know. But, they come and go.
Yeah.
Because now they're leaving. And then we have the other, Lonnie and
We
Eli
like
coming
coming
back,
back.
which I like them, but don't send Chanel and Johnny away.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only thing is kind of so I think that's all
Did
going on with
yeah.
them.
I did like the way Maggie how they played, Julie's birthday. She's up,
Oh, okay,
she's
yeah. Go
awake,
ahead. You can talk about that. Yeah.
and it's like 12:01 AM, and it's like, "Well, it's officially my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo," and
Yes.
she looks over at Doug, and she's, like, reminiscing and feeling sad that he's not
Mm-hmm.
with her, and then she gets a call from Maggie. She's like, "What are you calling?" Because they're all worried about
Yeah.
Julie's worried
Mm-hmm.
about Stephanie and Jeremy and all that. So
Uh-huh.
Maggie comes over and she wishes her happy birthday. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you remembered. It's my birthday." She's like, "Yes." So they spent some time together, which was nice. And she's like, they realized that this was the first time that she had been alone. Last year during her birthday or around that time, she had a full house.
Yeah.
And so, it's just I just thought it was kind of sweet. I thought it was a
Yeah.
sweet moment.
And she said she
And
saw a
and then
cardinal or
Cardinal.
something.
yeah, and then yeah, that was cool. Maggie said, "Well, I was awakened by some banging
Bird.
and I looked out the window and it was a cardinal just banging away at my window." And so then she tells Julie that, and after Maggie leaves to go home, Julie looks over and holds a picture of Doug and says, "You sent that cardinal, didn't you?" Because I don't know if it's her favorite color is red or what, but the red cardinal had some symbolism to her with Doug. So anyway, so I thought that was really cool too. That she's like, "You didn't want me to be alone," and she's like, "That's so sweet." So anyway, but it made me happy and sad to see his picture too, because I do miss him,
Yeah.
I miss him. But anyway, kudos to her for playing a character where that was your real life husband. And they must,
Yeah,
she
it
must
really
have
happened.
cleared it with them and been like, it's okay. It helps me process, and I want him to be a part of the show still, even if he's not here anymore. They must have had an agreement with her a long time ago to be like, is
Yeah.
it okay if we write him into some of these things and all? Because we know how painful that could be for you, but also, maybe she finds it healing too. So, or comforting. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. Okay, since you brought that up, I'm thinking, I don't know. Did we have Leo and Dimitri
No.
this week?
Uh-uh.
That was last week. Okay. I was just trying to think who else.
Let me
I
see.
think we got all this. Did we get all the stories?
We had a
Anybody
good
forget? Mm-hmm.
Justin and Alex because
Love
Alex was
that.
sitting there alone.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay.
thinking to myself,
I
why
forgot
is
about that
Alex
one.
sitting all alone? His family, his parents, somebody should be with
Yep.
him, or he should
Right.
be over there at their place or something. And I was literally thinking that. And then there's a knock at the door, and it's Ned
Justin.
slash Justin. And so that was so special. That was so sweet. I mean, because I just love Wally Kurth,
Yeah.
whatever he plays. And so I thought, I mean, that was literally my thought was, somebody should be with him. He shouldn't be alone right now. And so the fact that, because he was having a meltdown and crying and just freaking out about the love of his life being gone and not knowing if she's coming back. So I just love those scenes with Justin and Alex.
Okay, good.
Oh, and then
Think anything
he said
else?
something. Yeah, Justin said something like, I can't remember the exact phrase, but it was something like, "It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna work out in the end," or something like that. Kind of generic, but more specific than that. And Alex looked at him and he's like, I just heard that from Adrian. That was exact words. I guess he had a dream and
Dream.
Adrian appeared to him, and so, I may have missed that if they showed it on screen, but anyway, he said, "She said those exact words to me, the way you just said them," and I was like, "Wow!" So, anyway, so there were some nice touches in different aspects of the show this week of shout outs to the past and stuff.
You know what? Something I just thought of. Alex and Jack never seem to share any scenes. And they're like kind of brothers.
Well,
Jack.
no, Uncle. Well,
Adrian.
No,
Adrian.
Angelica.
That's her what?
Yeah. Alex is Angelica.
His dad. Yeah.
And Jack was raised by Angelica.
Okay. Angelica.
Yeah,
Deborah.
yeah, Jack was adopted by Angelica.
Yeah, was she married to,
Harper.
was it at Harper?
Yep.
Yeah.
Harper?
Yeah, Harper.
Okay. So is that like that was his mother? Was that Jack's mother, adopted mother?
Yep. Mhm.
I did not realize that.
Okay, I wasn't realizing that.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, yeah.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Guess they
That's
are.
interesting.
Yeah, they
Wow.
kind of don't
I
really
never
go
knew that.
there with that story.
I
I mean,
never
with
knew
that
that.
relationship.
Yeah, that's when I first started watching when Jane Elliott was playing her.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
remember
after
Jane
she
out.
slept with Justin.
Yeah, really.
Which is her son
Which is
That's
her
on
son.
it.
General
General
Hospital.
General Hospital. Well, that's just like Trip and Ava
Yep.
on
Yeah.
General Hospital.
On
When
Young
they
and
were like
Restless.
from there. That was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they also had, Sammy and Eric on a Hallmark movie. They were love interests,
Oh, that's right.
and they're
Yeah.
siblings on
I
days.
think they do that on purpose just to freak us out.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Yeah.
Oh, heads up, Stacey Haddock appeared on Young and
Yes.
Restless yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
She's let go of Days for a while.
Yeah.
I just saw that. Yep. They told her they're putting Kristen and Susan to rest for a while,
Yeah.
Okay.
which opened it up for her to go to Young and Restless.
To
Patty.
play.
Patty. She's the
I
sister
didn't-
of
Eileen Davidson's character.
no. Small
Okay, I
sister.
got it.
And she's nuts.
Okay, so
Well,
that's perfect.
she plays nuts.
Yep.
That's what she
Okay.
does.
So
Wow.
It's-
Okay, that's
They
interesting.
plays crazy
Yeah.
women.
She's kidnapped Jack.
so what's the point of having Kristen move in with Brady? And we already know that the little girl playing Rachel, she already had her last episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah. But the thing is Stacy will still be on till the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like she'll still be on until they only told her this in January, but you know what I mean? There's some 9-10 months ahead,
Yeah.
which is weird.
No.
Same with Johnny and Chanel.
Oh, so
And yet they're already the people that just left Days that are still going to be on Days for a long time are now
Mhm.
already appearing on Young and the Restless.
Yes. Like Billy Flynn and yeah.
And
Yeah.
whoever played Trip and Ava
Yeah.
are on Young
And
and
Abe
Restless
are
now.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've been gone for a while.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, like, it just shows you how far ahead Days.
Yep.
And that's what makes it confusing for the fans and even the actors themselves,
Right.
because they have what we're seeing, and then you talk about it. It's like, what? You know, it's like so far
Oh,
off.
in the movie
They've
industry,
forgotten about that already.
in the movie industry, it's one thing that's
Yeah.
common because it takes a lot of time in post production, and then whenever they decide to drop it, distribute it, and all that. But with a daily show, a week, 5-day a week drama, that's hard when that's something fans are living 5 days out of the week, and the actors are acting in. It's like that's got to be hard.
Because I know because you could catch them up. You could find things out. Like when I was out saw the day players, I was talking to Carson Boatman and all this, and he's there. I was asking him stuff, John. He said, well, what are you seeing right now? And I told him, and then he said, and I think that's when Johnny and Chanel were broke up, and I think that's when and he said, oh, okay, what? And I told him how much I like Johnny. He says, well, you'll be happy down
Yeah.
6 months from now.
Yeah.
He said, 6 months from now, you'll be happy. That's all he told me. So yeah, they have to watch, because if they start talking about what they're doing,
Yeah.
now. So it's like, yeah, that's funny. And they forget things like you're talking about things that we're seeing now. Well, that's like ancient history to them, So I guess that's the only soap Days that's that far ahead.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know how far ahead the other ones are. Is that anybody have any other things to say? I don't know. I don't know if I caught the preview. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gary, did you catch the preview for next week?
you would think I
No.
remember. Yeah, but I don't remember.
I think if I watched it, I can't remember it.
Yeah, it was I can play it right now.
Okay.
I got it on my Instagram.
Do we even have a diva this week? I can't think of anyone.
Well,
So far, okay, from what I'm watching, Kat is accusing EJ of being involved in Stephanie's kidnapping.
Okay. We can give it to her.
yeah.
It looks like Alex,
Oh, you mean for next week? Okay.
yeah,
I gotcha.
That's the previews, she's saying.
Yeah.
and EJ's trying to basically blackmail Paulina into keep letting everything keep going because he's, she wouldn't want to deprive Abe of
Lexie.
Lexie. Yeah. See,
Oh.
so he's trying to get her to back off. about
The
complaining about
lab.
them using about the lab. So it doesn't. Next week doesn't look much better.
So it doesn't look much better.
And I gotta say, I love Lexie. Lexie's one of my favorite characters of all time. But if it's not Renee Jones, I'm not interested.
I hear 100%.
And this actress, I mean, I hope she's good, but she's 14 years younger than Lexie should be, or she's 14 years younger than Renee Jones. So
okay.
yeah, so you have a 50-year-old actress playing Abe's dead wife, and Abe is 80.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they couldn't have cast a 60-year-old black woman. That would at least make sense.
Well,
Yeah.
back to one of the previous Lexies.
Yeah, there were other Lexies. I think, Renee was like the third Lexie or something.
Yeah.
None of them are memorable,
on that list.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not happy
Okay.
with the storyline at all. Not happy.
I still don't know why are we bringing her back? Just to help with the Demiras? I don't know.
It
That's just one extra Demira they have to give
And this
money
whole,
to.
but think about how much
This
they've
split up.
invested in this whole scheme
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
secret.
I guess it's just to make the money and why they picked her. They could have picked Benji. They could have picked Dawn
Probably-
Gray.
Yep.
It probably started with Stefano insisting that she be put on ice, at some point, whether he was dead or alive or whatever at that
Yeah.
time. Rolf is so devoted to Stefano and everything that,
Right.
and then also they realized the money EJ right away is like, probably thinking I could care less about my sister, but I could make some money on this, And that poor doctor who was had the miracle sepsis cure. Where
Mhm.
is he gone? He just got shoved. I mean, they shoved him all the way down the stairs, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's out of there, and he was the one that was behind some of the stuff that they're now. I don't know some of the ideas of how they could do this behind the scenes underground, lab thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That was interesting how that just got shoved.
Okay. That's all I've got. You have anything?
Yeah, I liked the conversation between Gwen and Maggie. Gwen kind of put Maggie right in her place.
Ooh, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not remembering what were they saying.
Maggie was getting on Gwen about being with Xander.
Okay.
And Gwen's like, you holier than thou, her Hortons.
Yes, I
to
do
her
remember
face.
her saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is true.
Yep.
Those Nortons. Yeah.
I thought it was gross of Tate after Holly had a negative pregnancy test. He
OMG.
wanted to have sex like right afterwards.
Yeah.
I know. Thank goodness he was able to pick up on the cues right away. I mean, yeah.
That was gross.
But that was awful. But it was typical, probably, but awful. And she just looked at him and he's like, yeah, probably not a great time. Like, you should have thought about that before you opened your stupid mouth.
Oh, guys.
And her putting that test right back in her pocketbook.
Well, she hid it, didn't she?
No, the test. She hid the directions to the test.
Okay.
But she put
No, I
the
missed that.
test right back in her pocketbook.
Yeah.
Anna, how did you miss that? How did you miss?
I did not catch that. That is another violation. Do I have
did
to
not-
do everything around here? I'm in charge of the OSHA compliance, and now I got to worry about what is it? Public safety violations,
So-
the germ control and bodily fluids on set and everything. Geez.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Tate kicking everybody out of their rooms to have sex?
Yeah.
Like he told Ari this week to basically leave him and Holly
right.
that her go to spend the night in Aaron's room.
Yeah. And poor Aaron
Yeah.
being thrown under the bus.
Well, and she's like, he talks my ear off. He never shuts up. Like, maybe
Yeah,
I don't want to
Ari.
spend the whole evening with him,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Ari's, she's just friends with Aaron. I thought they'd make a cute couple, but I guess not. He's too
Yeah,
big.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
and Valentine's Day he kicked Brady out of the apartment they just moved into so he could be with Holly. It's like, guess what, kids? Go rent a room.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah, but Joe-
He's only doing what his dad has taught him to
That's
do.
true.
Really?
When you think about it,
We got it,
Brady's
grandfather.
always hanging out in other people's houses. He finally gets his own place, but
Yeah.
for all this time,
It's kind of karma because now Brady can't have a personal life in his own apartment because Tate always has company. And Rachel's there and Kristen's there, so Brady's not getting laid in his own apartment.
No.
That's right. And it's kind of hard for him to do that with Sarah over at the Kyriakis, but they've got money. They can go rent a room.
Jeez.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
that reminds me, in talking about, since you mentioned about Kristen being rested, Kristen and Susan being rested for a while, which I'm kind of happy to hear about, honestly, because sometimes I get overkill on the Kristen stuff. Anyway, so with her character being rested, I don't know if it'll hit the same time. Sounds like they're going to probably have a replacement actress for Rachel before that happens, timing
Yeah.
wise. But, I wonder if that means that Kristen runs off with her at some point, or, I wonder what they're gonna do to take her off screen. Of course, they can make up anything, and it makes sense for Kristen to be gone, because
Yeah. What does she do? Did she get
Yeah.
in trouble?
And she,
yeah,
Yeah.
she'll just get in trouble. She'll just get in
Yeah.
trouble or do something, and,
Do something stupid.
she'll be
Yeah.
back at she'll be at Bayview or in prison again,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah.
Or else on the run with her daughter or something.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it.
Yep.
Everybody turn their clocks ahead.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Jump
Spring
ahead.
forward. Maybe one of these days we'll just not have to do that anymore.
Yes, I just wanted to stay one or the other. There's varying arguments for each, daylight or standard, but I just hate the change. I just hate the change.
Yeah. So
Maybe
alright.
maybe next year. Okay. Well,
I am
take care, everybody.
Yep, I do
Okay.
want to nominate a Diva of the Week. I just saw one. I have to go with Tate then. For
Okay.
Oh, there you
Tate.
go. Yes.
for trying to
Good
have
one.
sex after a negative pregnancy test and trying to keep Ari out of their dorm room so he can get laid.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, good, the negative pregnancy.
Good, Tate.
Oh, hey, I've got some good. I know you. You're. Let's celebrate the good news of you not being pregnant by possibly getting you pregnant.
Get pregnant again.
Well, it's still fresh in your memory that you just took the test.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
jeez.
test with pee on it that's in your purse. Yes.
Yeah, right. And I did not catch that. The continuity person has not been on her best behavior this week. Anyway, so all right. Well, thanks everybody.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks
Okay.
for listening, man.
See you next
Night,
week.
All right.
everybody.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Good night, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.